ATP Racing SISU in New York. I'm switching to the disc wheels because it is a sprint race. You'll see we've got two climbs on here, both up the bridges, and the rest of it is pretty flat. Their team is pretty well suited to the sprint, and our team's okay suited to the sprint. So we'll see. It should come down to a sprint all in the end. You saw I went off the front at the start there. I thought they were going to gun it from the start. They didn't, but better safe than sorry, I guess. First attack is going to come up this little pinch. People are going to start to try and push it on our team, and then their team's going to follow suit. So we've got this tiny little drag, and that's where you can see that blue guy going up off in the distance. Now he's really strong. He's one of their stronger riders, and I push for a little bit on the front, just keeping the pace high. We're probably going to catch him as a long way out, and if he can go from here, he can go from here. But we push to close that gap, and we will do so in a moment. That's the first little bit done, but you can see, use some matches there, but that's how it's supposed to go. We're just going to follow every attack that we can and try and hold on for that sprint. We're skipping to about 8 kilometers in. We're going over the Brooklyn Bridge KOM, and this is a little bit easier than I thought it would be. We are keeping the pace relatively high. They are not attacking, and so we're just hanging out on this thing. Hanging out at, like 180 beats per minute and 4 watts per kilo, but hanging out nonetheless. So just really keeping it all together, not trying to do anything too crazy. We got some attacks over the top, but we're going to come back together on the descent, and then we're going to tackle the next climb. We don't get a lot of rest before we hit the next climb. Pretty similar shallow gradient and not a big attack here. But we are keeping a high pace, and O'Neill can't hold it. Their last rider falls off the back, so it's a guaranteed 10th spot for him, and that's good for us. It bodes well for us, but we're still probably not favored in the sprint. They got a lot of top-notch sprinters, and we've got a few lighter riders, so it's going to be a little harder for us. So we're coming in about 1 kilometer left. We've pushed the pace. You can see it's strung out. Pushing the pace is going to help us. Coming in for a sprint, not from a dead start, is going to help us because we have lighter riders. We have folks who aren't as good at sprinting. They have the advantage in the sprint, and not letting them go from a dead start is going to help us a little bit. We probably should have kept this pace going a bit. You see, I get to the front. I should have just pushed it a little bit right here. I don't. Instead, I faff around with some steering, get back in the pack, and that's it. We've got 700 meters of dead straight road. We know the sprint is coming up, and you can start to feel the tension. Everyone's trying to see, okay, when are we going to go? When are we going to launch? I usually like to anticipate their launch and go a little bit earlier than they do, and I miss that shot here. I go just a little bit late. You can see they'll start just before us. It was a really good anticipation or not anticipation, it was just really good sprint by them, and they're going to get the jump on us. So they're going to pick up their pace right about here. There they go, and it's a couple of seconds before we get our red numbers going. But that's it. It's a mass sprint, and everyone's going. They got 3 off the front right away, and I'm pushing as hard as I can, of course, to try and catch on. I slowed it down a little bit here because I want to waffle on about this sprint. Right here, I really thought I could take at least second place. I passed that third place guy, and I get in this guy's wheel. He's starting to fade a little bit, but he's still in that draft, and I think that really helps him. He's not hitting the wind, and I finished just behind. It was really close all up and down the board, but we lose this one pretty handily on points. Really good job to Sisu. Pretty much how we expected it to turn out, but great power across the board. I think the top 2 guys, they did some of their best, I think it was 15-second power. This was my best 30-second power ever by about 50 watts, so I'm happy with the sprint. Don't love the timing, but again, we were not favored here, so this is pretty much how we thought it might shake out. Anyway, good race, and we'll see you on the next one.